Hey everyone. So this is what happens when you're living in the countryside in Japan and you're just focused on staying at home and resting and occasionally coming to the hardware store. It's raining today and it still looks kind of cool. You know, the countryside out here looks pretty cool when it rains. The mist and stuff and the little mountains around here. It's not, these mountains aren't huge or anything like that, like a big spectacle, but it's so much nicer to actually see some scenery around here than it is where I'm from. I grew up between Louisiana and Texas, and when I was in Texas, I was in Houston, so it was just all city. But in Louisiana, it's just a flat. I remember whenever we would drive from one town that we lived in to Shreveport. Shreveport is where I was actually born, and it was the main city around there. So whenever we would drive from our town to Shreveport through the country, there was this farm. It was like a dairy farm, and they had a hill, and we'd be like, "Oh, look at that beautiful hill." You know, that's the kind of lack of scenery that you have in Louisiana. But here it's so cool because I can just um, I'm just able to look right over there and see some beautiful scenery all around. They're more than hills. There are big hills and little mountains, so it's very nice. Today, I am focused on getting this water system hooked up, and as much as I can do, so that the gas company will come out. I had to get some high temperature rated tubing. It was either buy the PVC, the high temperature rated PVC, or get the tubing, and I had a choice. One was to get the tubing, which was cheaper, and you could get more of it. This is 10 meters. 10 meters of tubing for about $32. But if I were to buy just 2 meters of the pipe, which I would probably need at least 4 or 6 meters at least just to get the hot water inside the house to where I need it to be, that would cost more like $60. So about $60 just for 3 pipes, the bare minimal that I might need. I might wind up needing 4 pipes. Or this price here, 32 or whatever I said, for this 10 meters. Seems like a no-brainer, right? But there's one difference. The number and the size of this tubing is 16, which I believe is 16 millimeters. And the pipe that I use, or I've already purchased, it's all the same. It's all 20 millimeter. So it's actually a little bigger than this. So that means that I needed to also take time to figure out which adapters I needed. And of course, there doesn't seem to be any real consistency in, and this is not because of this hardware store, and not because of, at least I think so. It's my impression. It's not because of the hardware store, not because of, companies not carrying the right products or whatever. I feel like the way that a lot of these things are made and manufactured, they don't make them to easily change and adapt from one size to another. So something as simple as, let's say you have a PVC 20 millimeter pipe and a PVC 16 millimeter pipe, and you just want to buy a little coupler. That's all, just a coupler to go from 20 to 16. It sounds simple, right? But it's not that simple. They don't just have that. They don't just have a 20 to 16 millimeter coupler. At least that's not what they have here. And it seems like there's a shortage of adapters and couplers and things like that. And they've got a lot of different things in there. And they've got some stuff that seems very, very specialty. A lot of couplers and connectors that seem very, very, very special and like have strange uses that I don't even know about. But for some reason, the simple couplers, like one size to another, those seem hard to find for some strange reason that I don't quite understand. Maybe if you have plumbing experience, then you can leave a comment below and tell me why that is. I found kind of a Similar situation when I was dealing with some PVC stuff that I had to do in the US. I didn't do a whole lot of PVC stuff, but I did do some renovation work for, well, not renovation so much as restoration work for a restaurant. And they basically just hired me as a contractor to go in and replace a lot of broken things and whatever inside and outside of the restaurant. One of the things I had to do is replace the PV system on top of the restaurant. And so I literally had to go up through the roof, climb the metal ladder, and go out on top and take out the old PVC and replace it with new PVC. And in case you're wondering why was there PVC on the roof, it was for drainage. You know, a lot of these buildings, even this hardware store here, if you notice, it has a flat roof. And of course, some of these roofs, the way they're designed, they have like channels and slight inclines and things. So then when it rains, the water is channeled and sent to the drains, and then they go off into the drainage ditch or whatever the proper route. But this particular restaurant, let me turn that off, I'm sorry. This particular restaurant that I did work for, the way they had it set up is that whenever it would rain, the water would be channeled to certain areas, and then it had PVC pipes, like a very small, I don't even want to use the word network so much because it sounds a little more complicated than what it was, but it had a small network of PVC that ran from here and there to drain the water, or get the water to the proper drain so that it got off the roof and it didn't pool or puddle up on the roof. And that PVC was so old, it had begun to sag, it was leaking and even broken in some places, and it wasn't functioning properly, and it all had to be repaired back to the original operating ability. And that was basically what I was tasked with, not just with that, but with some other things in the restaurant. I said that to say this: my experience with the plumbing there, the PVC rather, is that going from one size to another was not always so straightforward and easy. I don't know why they make it so difficult. Oh, I have this size and I'm going into a pipe that's this size, or vice versa. I just need a coupler, you know, an adapter. Where's that? As they say in China, 没有. It just means they don't have it. It doesn't exist. Here you would just say, ありません. It doesn't exist. They don't have it. Or adapter じゃない. They don't have it. So anyway, there's my rant. There's my PVC rant. Like I said, the sooner I get this solved, the sooner I can shave. I'm just not real gung-ho on shaving right now because, number one, I'm not going anywhere so much other than the hardware store, the supermarket, and home. And the other thing is, shaving means that I dull my razors, and I have to buy some more very soon, and there's no reason to do that unless I absolutely have to. My girlfriend is in the city, and I haven't seen her for actually since Christmas, and I won't be seeing her again until the 22nd or so. So why shave? I'm not trying to impress anybody. As soon as I get the hot water going at the house, I will definitely shave, and I will reveal once again this elegant beauty for all of you. Mwah. But anyway, time to get this to the house. I'm going to hopefully get some coffee from the cafe if they're open. And if they are, great. I'm going to relax for a few minutes, go to the post office, get back home, and even though it's a rainy day, I hope to get all of the main connections done today and to actually put the gas water heater up on the wall and build a small cabinet to put the sink in, clean the sink up, and clean that room out and turn it into some type of bathroom. I mean, today I won't be doing that. I'll be cleaning it out hopefully today. But as far as getting it ready, that's the main thing. Get it cleared out and get it ready so that I can put a temporary tub in there and my sink. Those are the main things. But anyway, that's it for now. I've rambled on now for almost 10 minutes. I think that's more than enough. Anyway, that's it for now. Love you guys and gals. Thank you for your support. Keep sending your prayers and positive thoughts. I think it's working. It's helping me out. And I've got some other information about the house, some stuff that's coming up. Some of it's pretty important. And there's a serious, I think, serious situation that needs to be addressed, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. It's out of my realm of expertise. So if any of you have any experience with it, you can offer some of your suggestions on that. But for now, that's it. See you later. Bye-bye. John it.